Hey, Brad Niccum here. Happy Monday. I wanted to throw a Monday update at you today. And I do have one that has quite a bit of information here. And I'm going to be reading some of this information so I get it all covered for you. And then I also have a really nice slide that I'm going to put with this. I got a video last week that was from a economist really talking about what's going on in the market and why we should be more excited today for where we are than really disappointed in the feelings that we have in the current market with higher interest rates and high demand. And the picture I'm going to start off with, it's a picture from the Census Bureau data from the population division. And it all looks at the distribution of Americans in the United States as of June of 2020. So this chart is a couple years old. So everybody in this chart is roughly 2 to 3 years older, but it's still Census Bureau data of the entire population in the United States from newborns all the way up to the age in our country. Each line, which they call a cohort, as you see here, there's a horizontal line at the bottom that talks about their age. And this chart was part of a large discussion about the economy on how it relates to the housing market. And the headline was millions of potential home buyers will age into their prime home buying age in the coming years. Then if you look at the chart, it shows that the population estimates by age, and there's a few that are highlighted in yellow. And the reason those are highlighted in yellow, those are people that are at the first time age of buying a house at 34 and below. So let's start. If you look at that as a base, that age of the 34-year-old person buying a house, it's not just guesswork. It actually comes from the Public Policy Institute. And the Federal Reserve Board of New York has a great research team. And every month for the past 20 years, one of the data items they publish in their monthly summary is the age of a first-time home buyer. They pull it straight from IRS records, so it's completely accurate because all of these people are filing this as a new homeowner. And if you look at the median age for first-time home buyers, you'll see that it's age 34. By the way, that's 10 years older than it was for the baby boom generation. But if you look at the lines there and you'll see everybody younger than 34, which those guys say are 37. So the 34 to 26, which the 26-year-olds are now 29, it's a little bit older chart. But if you look at those blue bars to the orange bars or yellow bars, you'll see that the growth in population is going to go up considerably going into the next 6 and 7 years, which will create the greatest demand of people rolling into their peak first-time homebuyer age. Looking at that for us in the real estate and the mortgage industry, today we have the greatest population that's going to go into homeowners, which gives us the greatest opportunity in the next few years. It also really kind of goes back to when people talk about a housing crash or a bubble or is now a bad time to buy. Looking at the growth in population, you'll see that now is a fantastic time and that's going to grow demand. And we all sat through at least an economy class at some point where we learned that when there's a high demand and a small supply, prices go up. So that just tells us that looking into the future, it's going to be really awesome. And also, if you go back to that bubble of the people from 50 to 60 and you see that last group of growth there, that is actually the biggest peak of home buyers in the 80s. That's actually the baby boomers, which was the largest generation before the millennials. So it really lets us look at some data-driven information that you can share with people who are thinking about listing a house or thinking about buying their house and really show them that as this demand is going to continue to increase over the next few years, it's going to cause home prices to continue to go up. The same economist really broke down what's going on with the interest rates and when they think interest rates are going to start to fall. And they do think that the Fed has probably done their last rate increase of the Fed fund rate, and that as we go into this fall, that we should see interest rates really start to moderate a bit, and then hopefully start to come down as the recession starts itself in 2024. One of the things you have to look at today rate-wise is the 10-year Treasury Index is almost back to the same 4.2 it was in November. So really all the gains of the spring and coming into summer that we had in interest rates have kind of been used up. So hopefully we do see continued good news that at least cause interest rates to just moderate or stay where they are. So As for the business, we're super busy. We are staying inside of our 24-hour to 48-hour underwriting times. Pre-approvals still super fast. We can get your pre-approvals done 7 days a week in about an hour. I've had a lot of realtors that have called to say, hey, can you help me out with this deal? We're trying to get an accepted purchase agreement. And can you see if we can get a waiver on this one for the appraisal? And the last couple pre-approvals we've done with 20% down, we have received appraisal waivers, which does make that process of closing go a lot faster. So hopefully this is some helpful information. If you ever have any questions about programs or buyers or interest rates, feel free to call me anytime. I will put the text that we have about this this slide that we have in the email. So if you have any questions as you go through that, please reach out anytime. So again, Brad Niccum, Nest Mortgage Group. I hope you all have a great week and look forward to talking to you soon. Thanks.